Within the burgeoning middleweight standard category, Honda's 2021 CB650R ABS meets returning and emerging parallel twins and triples with its grunty inline-four, the only inline-four in the segment unless you include the higher-displacement Suzuki GSX-S750 or Kawasaki Z900. To stay competitive, Honda's Neosports Café middleweight sees big changes to its front suspension, Euro 5 emissions improvements, and tweaks to styling and ergonomics. The outgoing non-adjustable Showa separate function fork, SFF, is replaced with a new, also non-adjustable Showa separate function fork big piston, SFF-BP, unit offering a sporty and firm ride quality. The front-end feel is enhanced with this change to the fork, but so is the perception of the harsher bumps on jagged tarmac. This is something we didn't have an issue with in 2019. The preload adjustable Showa shock, however, is not as taut as the front end and is bouncy with a rebound damping that is slightly too quick. Its softer settings soak up bumps well enough, but considering its competition and $9,199 price tag, some rebound or compression adjustment at either end which would be useful in fine-tuning the balance of suspension action. Although the ride is now more rigid, the willingness of this bike to tip into turns thanks to that stiffness is just as addicting as the sporty power from the 649 cubic centimeters inline-four, as is listening to its throaty intake growl. The CB enjoys spinning at high revolutions, making its 81.90 peak horsepower at 10,870 RPM and 42.97 pound-feet of torque at 7,960 RPM. Although vibration is felt at 7,000 RPM, push the bike past 8,000 and the buzz diminishes while the engine continues to provide a steadily increasing power. Aggressive riders will be entertained by the opportunity to push it to high RPM and draw out more of its raucous energy, but the linear way the power is delivered means the bike is also accessible to riders climbing the displacement ranks. Although the CB's engine received updates to keep it up to Euro 5 standards, Honda says it doesn't lose any performance. This claim is backed up by our numbers. The CB650R produced 80.55 horsepower at 11,000 RPM and 42.14 pound-feet of torque at 8,160 RPM when it ran on our dyno in 2019. This year's recorded peak numbers are higher, though the increase is negligible. Standard rider aids include Honda's Selectable torque control, aka traction control, which helps manage rear-wheel traction and can be toggled on and off with a switch at the handlebar. ABS is also standard, and thanks to large dual 310mm discs and 4-piston calipers, coming to a stop is uncomplicated. There's an excellent feel with just a single finger pull on the lever. In keeping with a minimalist contemporary look, Honda keeps it fresh with its LED lighting package for 2021, suspending the rear LED turn signals on a new, Sportier license plate mount. The rectangular LCD display is now